Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I just watched a movie. This movie is a 2024 film called The Hangman, 1 hour and 28 minutes. It's from Dread Central. You can find this for $5.99 on Prime and $6.99 on Apple TV. It's a horror mystery thriller about troubled father Leon taking his son camping in the Appalachia. Local cult summons evil hangman demon. Very weirdly written. Son goes missing. Leon must confront cult. Monster to find him amid rising body count. Written and directed by Bruce Wemple, and also writing credits go to Lejean Woods. And Leon is Lejean Woods. His son Jesse is played by Celius. Um, the beautiful Caitlin Lenardi plays Billy, and the Hangman is Scott Kallenberger, and there's a character named Kane, played by Jeffrey Cox, and Scott, played by Rob Cardazone. And this movie was okay. There's a better synopsis a little bit further down on the IMDb page. I'll read that as well. To mend their troubled relationship, a middle-aged door-to-door salesman, Leon, takes his teenage son on a camping trip into deep rural Appalachia. Little do they know of the mountainous region's sinister secrets. A local cult has summoned an evil demon born of hate and pain, known to them as the Hangman, and now the bodies have begun to pile up. Leon wakes up in the morning to discover that his son is missing. To find him, Leon must face the murderous cult and the bloodthirsty monster that is the Hangman. And this is a pretty good movie, actually. It's got a low IMDb rating. I think I got it like a 3.3, and it's got really a low um, review count. But I would say this is like 5 or so, maybe even 6. But it's got a real fun opening. There is like a montagey type opening that explains how on Earth there are 7 gateways to hell, and of course one of them happens to be in the Appalachia. And yeah, so Leon and his son, they're going to go on this little trip. Leon got a tip and permission to camp in this particular area from one of his clients. And of course, we established there's no cell service because they're way up in the rural mountains. And, then we could just get some father son bonding at the campfire. And they do this real subtle thing where you can see Leon handing his son a beer and is like giving him permission, like, go ahead. So it's like that classic kind of fatherly, um, I don't want to say passing of the torch, but that it's a ritual thing that fathers have with their sons, and it's like having them have their first beer together. But they don't like make a deal of it; they just do it. But you can, like, the acting is really well done in that scene where you can see that he's projecting that joy of having just done that with his son, even though it's not mentioned once. It's very subtle. I picked up on it because as a dad, I wanted to have that first time experience with my kids as well when they turned of legal age, of course. And so they go to bed after they have kind of a little difficult exchange. Um, I'm going to blame the beer on Jesse, the son. But there's unresolved issues that the two of them have with the passing of the mother of Jesse, the wife of Leon, that had taken place 5 years earlier. And um, yeah, so the next morning, Leon wants to kind of have breakfast, reconcile with the son, but his son is missing. His son had his own tent, wakes up, son's missing, car won't start. Leon's freaking out. Where could he go? Did he get mad and just wander off into the woods and now he's hurt? Blah, blah, blah. Dad mode kicks in. He just decides to walk. And of course, they do the stereotypical hillbilly-ish type truck pull up with the two rednecks in it, and terms such as jungle bunnies were used um, to describe Leon and how much trouble jungle bunnies bring into that area. And so they end up leaving. They name drop a few things that I'm skipping for the sake of spoiler free. Um, Leon runs off into the woods, happens upon a hanged person, and that freaks him out to the point where he throws up, which is, I'm going to also just check up, blame on the beer, because I don't know, maybe I'm desensitized, but if I saw a dead person hanging, I don't think it would invoke vomit from me. I don't know. It's never happened, so I have no idea. Um, but then through a series of events, Leon kind of happens upon other people like King, who works in the forest. I don't know if he's specifically a ranger or whatnot, but or what he is. Uh, Goes back, also meets another attractive young lady, um, and they have kind of a unique scenario happen that I again will skip for the sake of keeping things mysterious. Um, but then it turns out that Leon needs to find this old priest that lives somewhere in the area that can help find Jesse. And so Leon's kind of like not really listening to some of the supernatural things that are being told to him, the dangers that are around in that area. He does find the priest. The priest has there's a whole lot of stuff that's going on that gives Leon the real insight into what's going on. We get a real cool backstory for the Hangman, who the Hangman was, how it came to be. It's a real interesting segment of the movie. And then, we have now Leon on board, believes the Hangman exists, and has to basically battle the Hangman and the little cult, too, that's still lingering in the background. And they have a real climactic ending, and it's pretty good. So I would say that the overall quality of the movie is pretty good. Um, Leon's acting is a little exaggerated at certain times, but not like horrible. Um, a lot of the extra cast and everything gives just the performance that they need. The priest is a creepy, weird priest guy, and they do a good job with that because he's like an eccentric old guy. And if you see this movie, you'll understand what creates him maybe to be appearing a little bit insane and whatnot. Um, I would say like the quality of the lighting and the video is good. I was overwhelmed by the use of crickets anytime there were outdoor scenes, and the cricket sounds were nonstop and very loud. And maybe that's how it is in the woods or whatever, but I don't know that you need to do that cricket noise so loud over verbal communication between characters. At least to me, it was distracting. I'm hard of hearing to begin with, so maybe I'm being a little bit overly critical of that. And then there's a scene where, at the very end of the movie, I don't know why I was chuckling, but Leon actually is going through this gateway to hell to try to save Jesse, and the burning sound, the crackling of burning whatever crackle, was a little bit kind of similar to the crickets, where it was just a little bit much. Thankfully, that goes by very quickly, so it doesn't become like so annoying. The crickets did, but this one didn't. But this is the Hangman. It's not bad. $5.99 might have been a little bit more pricey than I would have put this at. Maybe this is like at that $3.99 rental price, but I'm looking for movies all the time to do reviews, so I just bit the bullet. But I'm not mad that I watched this at all. It's pretty good. I thought everything worked well with the story. So yeah, it's worth checking out. The Hangman 2024 Dread Central.